Chat, I am coming out of retirement. It is time for part 6. It has been a year since part 1, well, almost a year. I'm about to make the New Year anniversary in I don't even know, like a few days. Alright, so let's go straight into it. So first, we're gonna need to make the main menu place. And you're wondering, how are we gonna do this? Well, let me get into explaining. So first, we need the main place. This is where we're going to have the main menu. And in order to do this, we will need to do a set of easy steps in order to achieve this. This will work by spawning the player in and then teleporting the player once they select the night. This will also include sending the player data and etc. Alright, so let's get right into it. Alright, so in order to make the new spawning place, we're just going to need to open Basic Studio and just make a new base plate. Yeah, like how you just start off a regular game. Okay, you just need to open game settings, save the game, call it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it fnaf tutorial, like usual. Saving. Yeah, so you made the thing. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how to import it. Alright, so now you open the previous place, the main game. You open save to roblox as in the file corner. You open the previous game that you just made. I named it fnaf tutorial, but you can name it whatever you want. I put add as a new place. Press create and just wait. Alright, so successfully saved. Alright, so now you're gonna want to open the other game, and now you're gonna go to the asset manager. Where is it? Here it is. Alright, so open the asset manager, and then you'll see it right here. Rename the place to main game. Alright, so everything from here has just saved onto the other place. Alright, so now let's get started with the main game. Alright, so now that we opened it, we're gonna want to open replicated storage and add a completely new folder. Call it monster hostility. Alright, and now we're gonna need to add a folder for each individual monster. Put dummy 1, dummy 2, because those were my monster names. You have to put it each for yours. Alright, we're gonna want to add a third folder and call it night 1, because we're starting off on night 1. Alright, and now we're gonna want to put a number value in here. We're gonna name it hostility. And for night 1, you just put a number between 1 and 20. Remember, between 1 and 20. It cannot be any bigger or lower. Can't put negatives. It's gonna break it. Alright, so for me, for the hostility on night 1, I'm just gonna put I don't know, I'm just gonna put like 5. Like 5. Then you wanna duplicate it, put in the other dummy. Okay, for me, the hostility is gonna be 5 for night 1. Alright, now we're gonna wanna open the entity scripts. Now we're gonna want to start editing them. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, but before we get into editing a script, we're gonna add another additional value. Put a string value here in replicated storage, and we're gonna name it current night. Actually, let's just move it to the workspace. Yeah, the workspace. Make sure everything in the workspace is organized. If it's not, then it just won't look as good. Set it to night 1 for default. So make sure it matches the folder of a replicated storage. Alright, now we could get into editing. Alright, so now we're gonna want to make the actual hostility value do something in the actual script. So open your dummy script or whatever the monster script is. So just put local hostility equals, put 20 put 20 minus game.replicated storage, wait for child, monster hostility, and then put these brackets around it and put workspace.current night.value. Put the monster name here. In my case, it's called dummy 1, but for you put whatever. I put dummy one, the hostility dot value. Alright, so like this is all you need, and then you need to put plus 13. And basically what this does is, wait, let me pull out the calculator real quick. Calculator. Okay, so we got the calculator. Okay, so if the hostility is 20, we're gonna do 20 minus 20, which is 0, which we don't want the monster to be moving 0, because that'll be like too overpowered. You have no reaction time. So we're gonna add 13 to it. So then we're gonna have to wait every 13 seconds. So if it's like 19, then we're gonna do like 20 minus 19, and then add 13. So it's like 14. Not much of a difference, but it is what it is. So like, now we're gonna put the hostility inside of here. Hostility. Hostility. Just replace the math.random with the hostility. Alright, so that's kind of it. That's all I have to do. And you just have to copy and paste the exact same function and your other scripts, like right here. But in this case, we're gonna put dummy 2, because you know, we're just changing the name of the other mobs and entities. I would recommend having each hostility different, so all the monsters aren't completely synchronized, because you know, that'll be weird. Alright, so after you finish editing all the scripts, you have to duplicate the knight, do knight 2. Well, just do knight 2, edit the hostilities, make sure that they're more aggressive depending on whatever you want. I'm gonna put 7. This guy's gonna be like 10. And yeah, this guy's gonna be like 10. Knight 3. You know, I'm only gonna have 2 knights for testing purposes, but you could do however much you want. Alright. So now you're gonna want to open the other place. Alright, so in the other place you're gonna want to put a server script. Call it player data. Alright, so now you're gonna want to put game.players.player added, :connect function player, because they're gonna need to get the player, and local. Actually, I'm not gonna put leader stats. I'm gonna put data equals data folder equals to instance dot new folder dash plr. Alright, so we're gonna put data folder dot name equals to player, well, not player data, yeah, player data. Okay, now we're gonna want to make some data store server, so we're gonna put local ds equals to game get service data store service, and put local database equals to ds get data store, but not get data store, get data store, and put and name it for the sake, I'm just gonna put data, just regular old data. Okay, so now we're gonna try to find if the player actually has data. So local success equals this success colon error message equals to pcall function. And yeah, if you guys, like, most of you guys don't know what a pcall is. So basically, a pcall is if something breaks in a pcall, something goes wrong, then so like if something goes wrong, like if something were to go wrong, then the whole script would not break. It will just wrap the error on in a pcall, and the whole script will just move on. So if they don't find a data store and don't find any data, it'll be okay, because the rest of it will work. Okay, so before we do all that, we're just gonna make a value for each knight. So we're gonna put local knight 1. Knight 1 equals to instance dot new bool value. We're gonna put data folder. Night1 dot name equals to night1. Night1. Alright. And we're gonna have the same thing for night 2. So just copy that, paste that, night 2, and night 2. Okay, we got it. Okay, so now we're gonna want to do the data store. So we're gonna check the player's data. So database, get async, because we're gonna be getting the data, we're not setting it. So we're gonna put player dot user ID dot dot dash dot dot, and then we're gonna put night1. Okay, so like this. We're just checking it for night1. And we're gonna put, and now we're gonna check if the player actually has beaten night1. So the default value will be night1 dot value equals to false, because they haven't beaten night1. Now we're gonna do the same thing for night2. Night2 dot value equals to false. So now we're gonna check. First we're gonna make some new variables. So local night1 value, local night2 value. Okay, so we're gonna put night1 space night1 value equals this, and now we're gonna do the same thing for night2. So just copy that, paste that, night2. So if you have more nights, then you're obviously gonna want to make more values and more lines of this. So now we're actually gonna set each value. So we're gonna put if success, then night1 value dot value equals night1 val, and the same for night2. Night2 val. Alright. But if there's an error, on the other hand, we're gonna put if error message, then print error message. So that should be it for our data stores. But now we're gonna put if the player leaves the game, we're gonna want to save the data. So game.players.player removing will connect function player PLR again. Now we're gonna want to get the data folder, so we're gonna put local data folder equals to player find first child player data. So now that we have the player data folder, you have to make sure that these two are the exact same, so there's no bugs or anything. Okay, so now that we have the data folder, we're gonna want to put local success colon error message like previously equals the pcall function, and now we're gonna want to do the exact same thing, but except we're gonna be wanting to set the values. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this. I'm gonna remove this part, the back part. We're gonna always remove it, and instead of get async, we're gonna put set async. Okay, so you think we're done, but we're really not. So now we're just gonna put colon, and now we're gonna want to put data folder dot night1 dot value. So now we're actually sending the data in between this colon. So this is the difference between getting the data and setting it. Okay, so here's the part, here's the name of the data, like the global datas, and we're gonna want to set the data in order for the data to actually, change. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure we're just done. Yeah, we're done. So put the data store. So let's give it a shot. Wait. But before we do it, I forgot one thing. If error message, then print error message. Okay, test. Okay, you're not gonna see it here, but we're gonna wanna go into the server, and we're gonna wanna open the player data. Night 1, night 2, they're both false. Okay, so let's just say the player be night 2. It's gonna be true. Alright, back in the game. Leave. Rejoin. And it should save. Oh yeah. One thing. I forgot one thing. The main reason it's not working is because you have to make sure you do this. Like you have to do this for it to work. Open game settings. Go to security and put enable studio access to API services. You have to do this. Okay, so now we're rejoining. We're doing the exact same thing as what we did when we previously tested. So yeah, players night 2. We're gonna want to reset it. Okay, now we open it. Player data, night 2. Oh, I think we did something wrong. Alright, let's see what we did. But what I did. Alright. I'm just gonna cut to the part where I fix it. Alright, so after we finish doing the data, we're gonna want to start making the actual like UI and main menu. Okay, let's start straight up into it. Screens UI. We're gonna name it menu. I'm gonna put a frame called buttons. Actually, no, not buttons. Nights. Put 1, 0, 1, 0. All right, transparent. Now we're gonna want to put a text button. Name it night 1. Wait, not night 1. You have to put the shirt night 1. No spaces. Alright, so guys, now we're gonna want to put text night 1. Just customize it however you want. Just make it look, I don't know, it's just up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna make mine purely white. No background. Font to arcade. Which, like, yeah, press start. So night 1. Alright. Night 2. Now just change the text. Alright, so this is kind of all we need. So like, yeah. Alright, but one thing before we finish the UI. So we're gonna need to open the player data script, and we're gonna need to make a completely new value. We're gonna duplicate it here, and we're gonna call it current night. Caps lock. I'm just gonna need to copy and paste it. Instead of a bool value, we're gonna need to make it a string value. And we're gonna need this value to save, but not directly in this place. So we're gonna make the value, we're gonna find the value. So we're gonna make a completely thing. We're gonna call it night playing. We're gonna make it a new variable here. Leave it at nothing. So night playing is equal to nothing, and we're gonna change this to night playing. Like current night dot value equals to nil. Set to nothing at the moment. Actually, no, not nil. Night playing. Yeah. Okay, here we're gonna need to do the exact same thing, but night playing. The night playing and current night. Alright, so everything should work. And this is so the main game and the main menu can connect to each other. So you can actually play the correct night that you want to be playing. Alright. Now with this, we're gonna want to copy this and paste. We're gonna actually no, we're gonna want to copy the whole script, copy the whole entire script, and now we're gonna want to open the main game and paste it in server script service. Alright, so now everything transfers on. Even the data stores from the main menu will transfer onto this game. Because if it's in the same place, the same asset manager, then the data can transfer from each place to each place. Alright, so now we're gonna need to get into the actual scripting of this game. So each night implies. Okay, so now we're gonna open the player data script. We're gonna put all the way at the bottom here. We're gonna want to put workspace dot current night dot value equals to current night dot value. All right, so that's it. So now when we join, the night will change depending on the hostilities, and the monsters will be more aggressive depending on each night and which night. Also, now we're gonna set it to if a mob has 0 hostility, then they won't spawn in through the night. Alright, so let's get to it. So now we're gonna want to move into the actual mob scripts and the monsters. Where is it? Right here. And we're gonna want to put if workspace dot workspace wait for child current night dot value is I did completely wrong. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna do game dot replicated storage dot monster hostility, and then we're gonna want to find the night. So I'm gonna want to do find first child and then paste this in your value dot. I'm gonna put this and put dummy one dot value equals to 0. Then script :destroy. We're gonna want to put a little weight up here, so we're gonna put put a weight like 6, actually 5, 6. Let's do 5 seconds, so the player has time to prepare. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste this in the other script, but except for dummy 1, dummy 2. We're gonna put wait 5. Now we're gonna want to play test it. It should all work. Okay, so we're in. Oh, we got an error here. Okay, unable to assign value. String expected, no. Alright. So I don't think it's working because we don't have a current value for it. So we're gonna want to put night plane or night 1. So if there's a bug, then it's just gonna choose night 1 as default. Alright, now it should all be working. Let me check. Current night is night 1. Oh, we got another error. Says value is not a valid number of folder. First chart. Wait. Oh yeah, I found the bug. We're supposed to put dot hostility. So but just dot hostility at the end. Dummy 1 Now let's test it again. Alright, so now we wait 5 seconds for them to spawn. They're here. And it looks like it's all working. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it. So now we're just done for this side of the game. So everything will be changed up for the day. Except now we're gonna want to open the time handler. And for the game, that event that ended, we're gonna want to put game.players dot game dot wait, never mind. I did something wrong. Alright, so we're gonna wanna open the script and where the game ends. Game ended. We're gonna wanna do, well, before we kick the player, we're gonna wanna game.replicated storage dot, we're gonna wanna make a new value here and the event. Put beat night. Misspelled it, but same thing. Dot remotes dot events dot beat night fire server game dot players dot local player. I'm gonna put wait 1 and it should work. Okay, so now here we're gonna put in the player data. I'm gonna want to put game dot replicated storage dot event dot beat night dot on server event connect function. Now we're gonna want to be receiving the player. Actually, we don't even need to send the player because it's already sent by default. So, alright, so that's it. Now we open this script, and now we're gonna want to put PLR dot what is it called? Player data dot wait, not dot. We're gonna put these brackets here. I'm gonna put workspace dot current not 8 the value and we're gonna put another brackets, another set of brackets. We're gonna put actually no wait dot value here, and we're gonna put equals to true. So if we beat the night, it's gonna check it that you did actually beat the night. So, alright, so let's see right now. Also, there's one slight issue here. So if you beat the night, the monsters can still kill you, and you pretty much have a weak spot. So we're gonna fix that right here. So we're gonna do workspace dot monsters clear all children and script dot parent dot entity scripts clear all children. So the player shouldn't be able to die when it reaches 6 a.m. So now let's see. So open player data. This is okay. Now we're gonna check night 1. Night 1. E. We're just gonna wait for the time to go. And just do this. So I'm gonna die. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Wait for the thing to play. Yep, beat it, and it says right here that we did beat the night. So we actually did beat the night, and now it's set. So yeah, that's good. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the actual main menu here, in order for everything to work. All right, so now we're gonna want to open the starter GUI, menu nights, and now we're gonna want to do to see if the player actually is being the knight. So let's just put this here, and we're gonna want to put a local script up here, but we're gonna want to put a folder called knights and put it all right inside of here. And we're gonna want to put for I, comma, button in I pairs do with I pairs script dot parent dot knights dot children do button dot mouse butt in one click only connect function. We're gonna want to put first. We're gonna want to see if the player has been the knight. So we're gonna put right here. Okay, so if player is our local player button dot name. Oh no, I need to put player data. But for child player data button dot name dot value equals to true. Then button dot text transparency equals to 0.5. Alright, so now we're gonna put if the player actually clicks it, we're gonna check this. Actually no, instead of true we're gonna want to do false. And for this one it's gonna be true, this one's gonna be true. So we're gonna put game.players.local player colon. Right, so I did something wrong. We're gonna wanna put local TS equals to game get service teleport service. We're gonna put TS teleport, and we're gonna put the place ID. So we're gonna open the asset manager, copy the ID to the game, and we're gonna want to do game.players.local player. But before we do that, we're gonna put a wait here, and in replicated storage, we're gonna want to put a folder, call it events like the previous one. Put a remote event and call it TP data. And now here, but in the player data, we're gonna want to put game.replicated storage dot events TP data dot on server event connect function. And we get the player and the button, not the button, knight. So here we're going to put wait one. We're going to game.replicated storage.tp data events.tp data fire server, and we're going to put button.name. Okay, now we have the button.name, and that's kind of it. So button.name, and we're going to want to put player data dot wait for child. We're going to put current knight dot value equals to knight. Okay, so it's shading the knight as we teleport, so it should work. Oh, we got a bug. Knight 2 was not a valid member of player data. Okay, let's see what we did. Oh, we have to put a wait for child. That's the issue. Okay, put another wait for child here. Just copy and paste this. Put wait for child again, just that. Wait, no, not that. That, there. Now just copy and paste this and put it down here. so everything will be working. So even all the nights here save, night 1, night 2. Current night is night 1. Now we click this, night 2, and then we teleport. But you cannot teleport in studio. You cannot teleport in Roblox Studio, but in the actual game you'll be able to teleport. So everything should be working, and I think that's where I'm gonna wrap it up here on this episode. So hopefully, if I feel like it, I'll make another part 7, and part 7 is probably gonna be the custom night. And yeah, that's kind of it. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one if I do not take another year-long break. So bye bye.